there's a support group for a couple of us, you know, that we probably should be attending more regularly. Just like,
Like I was laughing with Jared about that, and it was like I was like, dude, I didn't take time to think. Lizard brain took over, and I just like twitched in the direction of buying it, and it was mine.
yep. I mean, I had like last year after Fashion Week, it hurt. Like it hurt. I still have never done the math
Oh,
of how a couple of
don't.
these pieces cost me. But oh, anyway, I will change the subject. Good morning, Cheddar. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Are you coffee with us this morning?
I am having a wonderful time at Metaverse Fashion Week. I'm really pleased and just so happy and inspired by everything that you guys have done and built. Um, I'm I just bought the Doki Pass, so I'm also kind of chilling on the wearable. This sounds like a wearable addict recovery group right now, where everyone is just like, I relapsed this week and I made a bad decision, but these are my tools that I'm using in my toolbox now, and I will try to do better.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, my good friend Fancy and I, we used to talk a lot in DMs. Now, Fancy and I are, but well, we were kind of being healthier about our buying habits. Now, Fancy is, I believe DG is getting all of my friends mana and ice now. But yeah, so have you found anything like that? Doki Pass has some, I mean, amazing utility for what you get for it for the price. I got mine a little bit after other people, but I think that that is a really good investment.
Yeah, I was really sad that you don't get any of the past wearables that have already been released. So kind of stinks because I paid the same price that everybody paid in the beginning, right? But that's what you get for being late. But yeah, I'm really excited about that one. That I think will like satisfy my wearable crave for the rest of the year because I think like really most of my cravings come when Doki drops a new hair or some new wearable and stuff like that. So I think that will satisfy for a while. The low poly KJ and you know that wearable that we had been waiting for a while was really cool. I went to see the Nikki Fuego fashion show, and that was really awesome to see, you know, all of the local folks on there that are kind of like the underdogs and don't really get a whole lot of attention. That was really cool. That Adidas wearable was really awesome, but I wish it didn't cover your face and hair. Like, how much cooler would it have been if you be able to change, you know, your face and your hair and those, you know, those things weren't blocked. But I mean, fashion is fashion.
Yeah, there's definitely some that I'm like, oh, I wish it was a little different. Like there's the mask and glasses, categories where if you let's see, what is it? There's a pair of glasses I like to wear, and it takes over the mask. So
It
even though,
hides other stuff. Yeah,
yeah, so I just have to be careful what I what I try to put in that slot.
right. I hope eventually we'll get more control over how we customize those things. Um, you know, sort of like if I buy a t-shirt, right? Back in the 90s, you could buy a t-shirt and then you could take the t-shirt home and you could cut it up all sorts of ways and you could make a little the stringy knots at the end of it, right? And make like a completely different shirt out of I don't know how the artist would feel about that, but it's my
Yeah, I mean,
shirt.
I think there's options. I think that there's got to be, different ways that we can, work within the system, within the triangle limitations and everything. I think so. I've thought about like making a Minecraft creeper before, but they would never let you because of the the copyright issues. So my thought was like, what if I made 3 wearables and they just don't look, they look like a mess, like one is just this green block, like light green, and then one is this just like this other dark green blocky thing, and and then this other thing is black, and I could probably like push it through. Don't tell anybody, okay? But I could probably get those 3 through the curation process, because on their own they wouldn't set off any alarm bells, and then they'd be in different categories. So then when I put them all together in Decentraland, I could be like the Minecraft creeper, and they'd be like, "Wait a
But
second!"
then,
Like
but
that's
then you got to have then you have to have an
Minecraft.
explosion of mode.
okay. I'll have that. Anyway, that's my deviant mind is like, how can I get around that? So and then they'd probably shut me down, but it would be a beautiful beautiful journey until they were like, no, we're not going to get sued by Mojang.
Right. There's some really good freebies for Metaverse Fashion Week. I like those big red Mandy boots. They actually look cool with like other stuff. They're kind of comical. And then CK's big pink bow. That was a really good one. And what about the emotes too? They had Coach had a really good emote. I like the swirl that they gave away. It was really pretty, but I wish they would have put some plain white t-shirt underneath it. Like just maybe I don't know, maybe even let me have my own t-shirt, but it was so pretty, and then they just put a plain white t-shirt. It's like what you said, like there's so much detail. Some of like our lesser known wearable creators, right? Or not maybe for us, but just not so popular like these big brands. They go so much into the detail, and it just seems like these bigger brands that you would think would go way harder than our, creators that we have. Just it kind of it ends up lacking a little bit. And I know that there's limitations and stuff, but I mean, I have still seen some incredibly detailed stuff, even with those limitations.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do, I should be careful, just because I know that some of the wearables have been made by our community members, our friends and DCL users who might have gotten commissioned by the different organizations to make these. So I should be careful and not I know last year there was a brand that came in and they had a certain vision of how they wanted their wearables to go, and you'd all know the brand if I said it. And the artists, they were like, "Well, no, we should make it like this because it's going to look better on the avatar." And they were like, "Nope, this is our spring line. This is what it should look like." And so you know, as an artist, that would make me livid, because then I'd be like, "All right, I'm going to put this stuff out there, and it's not what I want."
Gonna be
So
a
I
crapshoot,
guess, yeah,
right?
I guess I should be, somewhere in the middle. There's yeah, there's it just makes me appreciate the pieces that are more detailed.
No, and that's great. That's I love having these spaces because then, right, we could say that. We could say, "Hey, don't you notice that like some of the bigger brand wearables are like, right, you would expect more than, right?" And then you could speak to that, right? So that more of us can gain more of an understanding, and that we're not all locked in this silo or this bubble, right? We can see past our own noses at the other side. I think the Tommy Hilfiger wearables were actually pretty good. They really kind of embodied like the whole 90s feel, the colors and the little jackets and the styles. I wish they would have had more girl stuff, but it's still nice.
I'm trying so hard not to just like yeet my mana at that ski mask that they released. I want it so bad.
It's 45 mana though. Are like
Right?
are I have a question. Are wearables like overpriced? Like is that overinflated? Like is it worth 45 mana?
Well, I guess maybe a way to start thinking about it is kind of like the overall price of mana. What like at what is that, like 60 cents a piece at the moment? How much is the cost of 45 mana? And then compared to like maybe the what the IRL version would cost. and then maybe then we'll find if it's overpriced or not.
And I think, those brands, like, they don't want to come in and I don't know, be watered down. They want some exclusivity on it. I also think, like, I, in the past worked with a brand that made legendary, so like 100 of them wearables for 300 mana a piece, and that was like a year ago when mana was, I think, still over $1. And that's insane. That's just nuts to have a legendary. I mean, maybe a mythic, maybe. They weren't super detailed, but then you have to think about it, like, what. So I think the responsibility, it comes down to the people that are explaining the metaverse to them. Because if you're a big brand, let's say you're Tommy Hilfiger, and you're like, yeah, there's only going to be 1,000 of these in existence ever. There will never be more than 1,000. And like Tommy Hilfiger, that probably sells, millions of different items in their whole lineup, to only have 1,000, that sounds very small. But to say that here in Decentraland, when we still, I don't know how many daily active users we have at
Right.
on average, but to have 1,000, like, that's too much at the moment. Legendary is a good mint, or like mythic, that there's only 10. So I think it comes down to, like, these people that are bringing these brands in, explaining the current landscape of Decentraland, that 1,000 sounds like a lot, or it sounds like not that much, but here, like, 1,000 for 300 mana, that's nuts, or 100 for 300 mana. So yeah, I don't know. That, like, it's a fine tune, or fine line. You have to make it enough to that everybody can buy one if they want, but I like exclusive or low mints. I just think hold their value better.
Note to self: need better consulting.
Yeah, and maybe they are great at consulting, and the brand is like, well, screw you. This is our spring line. This is what we're gonna do, and then it's like,
Right.
all right,
Yep. They think they know better.
let's build it.
All right, send me the money.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know that I would want to be the person, like, explaining it, like being the middleman, like trying to tell people, like, what works, what doesn't in Decentraland, because what works, what I look for is going to be totally different than what you look for, Cheddar or Sinful or anybody, because we all have our different styles, and I don't know, like, I've paid way too much for crap that I'm like, but I love it, and it's awesome, and it's old, and like, yeah, like, there's a pair of wings that came out for the Metaverse Festival 2021, and it was still in, like, old mana pricing, like when mana was probably 50 cents. So I paid way too much for them, but nobody had minted them, so they were like, I don't know, I just thought they were really cool. They're like dragon wings, but they come with a t-shirt, and I don't know, it's cool.
Right. Some wearables you just fall in love with, and you just got to have it.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a quick reset of the room. Welcome, everybody. We did say that, like, we're gonna, not just talk about Fashion Week, and now here we are. We're talking about fashion. So if anybody does want to come up and talk about any current projects that they've got, please feel free. It's a small group, so we're happy to have people come up today. Let's see.
Ooh, I mean, non-fashion week related, I would like to give some love to Buffalo. Yesterday, his NFT dropped, and he was so excited for it. Like, it's been one of these things that he's just been, like, building up to, and all his hard work has, like, led to yesterday, actually, yesterday's party. And yeah, just, really proud of him. And if anyone would like to support Buffalo, yeah, just check out his NFT, or ask him how you can support.
That is awesome. Buffalo was one of my. I think I sniped him as an ice poker player. I think he was playing for somebody, and I'm like, yeah, but do you want to play for me? Because I can offer you more wearables. And so he was my delegate for a long time. And then finally he left me because he had his own wearables, kind of like other people I know. Nobody here.
Oh, so Buffalo's another one who survived your trial of grasses.
I think it's safe to say everybody has played for me, Zesty. But not everybody has survived. Just kidding. That makes me sound horrible. No, I liked getting people hooked. You are my poster child though, like casually mentioning, oh, do you play poker? Oh yeah, I can give it a shot. I can let you. But that was my motive the whole time. Just get you hook, line, sinker, and now look at you. You are just doing so well.
Yeah, I might actually have more ice wearables than you do at this point, which is kind of fucked up.
I don't know. I don't know, Zesty.
It depends on how you want to count it, I guess.
So how many? How many? Yeah, you probably do. I
mean, it depends on whether I count the other wallet or not.
So Zesty, how many are you gonna say? How many you have?
So I got 13 on the alt wallet, and most of those are delegated out. And I played 5 on my main wallet.
Nice. Well, I think like right now is a great time to, to get the ice wearables. The price on secondary is, I mean, I think reasonable. I haven't checked the floor lately, but
objectively speaking, Tondi did the math on it. Assuming, basically, I'm not going to like try to like sum it up, like go into it, but what it boils down to is if you think all of DG stuff is going to go up, it makes more sense at the moment to take the money you would spend on an ice wearable and just buy ice and hold it.
Or DG.
Yeah, XDG to be even better. Then you can vote it. Then you have the privilege of voting against Gabe's idiocy. Dude's like monster of the week in the DG DAO. But it's
well. Oh, go ahead, Zesty.
No, I'm just saying it's like some like shitty like monster of the week anime, but like every week it's the same monster and it's Gabe. Like that's the DG DAO in a nutshell.
Well, one thing about ice poker that I think like anybody that was here last year during the winter, I don't know, they would probably have had some exposure to the like mania, the ice poker mania. And most people had the chance to try it back then if they wanted to. But there's a lot of new users that have come in, recently. And I see some people, in the crowd that I know have just joined Decentraland more in recent history. So it dawns on me like, oh, we should make sure that people have the chance to try it. I know the sit and go wearables are, those are pretty easy to access. A year ago, ice poker wearables were like pretty hard to actually, get one and buy your own to play.
Right.
But I'm throwing it out there for the crowd. If anybody is interested in ice poker, wants to try it, and they're like, all right, I keep hearing about it. My friends have these cool wearables, and like, yeah, just definitely hit us up. I think we should do a like, I don't know, more tutorials, just like, or maybe just bring back some that were made last year and like redo them, just so that new users, that we don't assume that everybody understands how it works, because like you don't have to be a ice poker player to get passive income. I'm not able to go into the casino, and I get passive income every day because I have awesome players who are doing that for me. And I'll say it again because I always say it: passive income. It's the to get to freedom. I think. Yeah, I won't go on my rant because I know I always do.
Canessa, you should be contracted by DG with all like the players that are like religious to this point with DG, and like that you've onboarded, that you were like the first person to like, give them a chance to like, hey, here, play some ice poker if you want to try it. Like even like we just spoke about too, Zesty Beam and Buffalo. Like Buffalo has it, I believe, has a full set now, and he loves his what is it, the cyberpunk drip, synth
The
set.
synth jacket.
Yes, he loves that thing. Or I mean, I always see him wear it. So I mean, and how many more have you like
Actually,
done that
I just
for?
remembered. So when I said 18 earlier, the 13 plus 3, I was just counting level 5s. I actually bought a level 1 synth jacket just for fashion because it was cheap.
Ew! Everyone knows that the level 3 is better.
I mean, I would get a level. I would get. Uh, this is just me being stupid. So like, not financial advice or even fashion advice. Really, it's just my thing. I would not be opposed to picking up a couple of lower level synth jackets so that I can have a level 1, 2, and 3 just for drip reasons.
I think you got to have, honestly, the whole set, because we all know that level 4, the pink, is the coolest, and level 5 is like second coolest. So,
Honestly, like if we're going to do like a synth jacket tier list, uh, I don't know. It's a top, like level 1 and 2 are S tier, blue is A tier, and then like level 5 level 5 is level 4 and 5 are kind of together. They can be like C tier or B tier, I guess. Like but that's just my preference. Like I like the level 1 and 2 the most.
well, I gotta say, I have like my poor delegates, like I fully stack, because that's just the best way to do it for me, like to make it worth their while. But I do have a player that just gets fully stacked level 4s and never 5s, and so I feel bad because I'm like, these are cosmetic upgrades, they're never going to be 5s. It's like my synth jacket, my pink jacket, my pink beach top, what is it, my pink drip jacket, like, yeah, they've never asked to be upgraded, but they're just, yeah, sorry friend, it's never gonna happen. These are cosmetic
I mean,
upgrades.
in these days all that really means is just one extra win. So it's not terrible.
Yeah, yeah, but the percentage too, I think you could get,
Yeah, I mean,
if they were.
yeah, but like there's that whole meme about the 34% curse, where it's like if it's 34%, you're gonna spin the ice on the upgrade to level 5 and only get like a 35 or 36%.
I gotta admit, I've had pretty good luck on most of my rolls.
Oh,
I'm a like upper 40
I'm so
roller.
so I've been cursed up until recently, and then I got a bomber jacket, and then I think it was 34, and I was like, oh fuck, here we go, you know, just just get ready to embrace the suck, and then I rolled it and I got 45, which for those who don't know, that's like the best possible, and I was like, fuck yeah, uh, I beat Pepe today for once.
Yeah, the only one that I wish I could have gotten a higher roll was my original ice suit trousers. I think I got a 36 on those, and yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah.
So I did see that the Decentraland was in here for a second, which reminded me, I just pinned a tweet at the top. It was posted by Decentraland, just like a bunch of tips for like navigating through Neoplaza, and yeah, tips and tricks about the Decentralands and whatnot. So if anyone hasn't checked those out, make sure to do so. Like, retweet, and if you meet any new users, like send them these tips over. Oh, what's up, Virtual? I think I was at the fashion show this morning. I believe you were being featured at the Meta Party fashion show. So always good to see you, Virtual. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna make Shelly jealous. I got to hang out with Virtual in Miami.
Touche. Touche. Shelly sounds so mad.
He's like, "Damn, he got me sinful." uh,
Uh,
so, uh, Vanessa, I've been over here with Jim on your 9-piece parcel. What is all this about? Like, you since the last time I was here, you've done a lot of funky shit.
well, wait, you're here because I'm here too. I don't see you guys. What
Uh,
realm are
well,
you in?
well, Jim and I have been here this whole time. Just gonna let you
Oh
know.
no. What realm are
We're
you in?
we're in DG.
DG. Okay, I don't know. I'm in Heimdallr with 14 other people. I don't. Stupid me. What am I doing? Okay, I'm jumping over. Yeah. So on my land right now, I haven't created wearables yet or anything like that. I did collab with Ruston on a beer can, but I don't know if that really counts. Um, and I wanted to find a way to help, all of the amazing people and the brands coming in and everything. Like, what can I do to kind of like help? I don't know, help this anybody. And so I made like in normally like what I do if I'm going to take cool pictures, I just make a backdrop and put it on my land and go take the picture, and then I take it down and just swap it out. And so I've done that like for the past, I don't know, 6 months to a year, and I've found like there's certain ways that it works better. And so using like either a single avatar to take pictures of yourself, or bringing a second avatar in, and there's actually some tricks that you can do. Like, I'm sure everybody knows you can walk right up to a collider, put your avatar in first person, like V mode, and then turn around, and you get a really good like close up shot. So, like virtual, your jewelry or anything like that that you want to feature, that's a really good way to do it. You can take pictures with a second avatar, but oddly enough, in first person, you can't get really close to yourself, so that doesn't really work. You have to walk up to a collider. And then for sitting and laying emotes, it's extremely hard to get a good picture. It's like even, and so like I've made a bunch of those, and so I've tried to get really good pictures to showcase the emote. And I'm like, dang it, I made this and I can't even see it. Like I can't even get close to it. So what I've done is make photo booths that are elevated that allows you to get either your camera a little bit closer to it, or a second camera. And then I used invisible colliders also to get your avatar positioned in the right way. So on the land that I have, the 9-piece parcel, there's I think 100 photo booths of different styles, different genres, that hopefully everybody could go and, if you buy a new wearable, you can go there and hopefully find like a background that speaks to your creative expression. I think on the bottom floor, I've got a bunch of group shots, so you can get a bunch of friends together. There's some that have stairs that your second avatar can walk up and take a picture of you looking down on your emotes, kind of for like laying emotes. Yeah, and then as you go up, there's different themes. Let's see if I can remember them. There's like, I went kind of nuts with the gold glitz. I like, after I started looking at stuff, I just kept finding them. So there's a lot of gold. But the theme for this year fashion show is future heritage. So I also did, I don't know, some old vintage styles, some futuristic. There's cyberpunk, neon, rock, graffiti. My favorite floor is the rainbows and hackers on the top floor. And then there's some just like etc. stuff that caught my eye, and I sprinkled it in. And then I have the moving tunnel that I made for my heart dress on the very top, so you can stand in there and actually get video of the tunnel moving around you. So yeah, feel free to stop by. Like my motive behind this was to flood social media with not just pictures of our wearables, but like let's make it beautiful. Maybe it'll catch the eye of more people and get Decentraland, being tweeted and retweeted and some of these big brands, because I think that if we can make their product look good, they're more likely to to pass that along. So which one have you taken pictures in, Sinful?
Oh, I've just been busy exploring them all.
Oh.
Like holy shit, there's like 4 floors and a roof or some.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when you're quiet for an extended period of time.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. But like
Ah shit, I fell.
when you're in the build, excuse me, the builder, when you're in there, you can't see the themes, and so like all you see are black walls that have like your NFT link. And so when I'm building, I can't see any of this, so I have to be like, okay, like, okay, 3 floors up, 2 booths in, turn to the left, and I need like I'm literally flying blind on most of these. And so like yeah, it's been a labor of love, but I didn't want to keep this tool to myself. Obviously I could come here and take pictures all day, but I wanted to share it. And I also have a contest if anybody wants to take awesome pictures of their stuff. I'm going to give away a mythic dress, or like somebody said, well, what if they're a male presenting avatar and they don't want a dress? I will find another mythic that you want out of my collection. So there's details on site, and I'll post about it. I didn't want it to get lost in all the Fashion Week stuff. But I will give a mythic away for the most creative post on Twitter. And then I want to do it on Instagram too, because come on, guys. Instagram is like that meme that's like forgotten about. It's like, let's not forget about Instagram. Let's get our presence there as well, because there's a lot going on Instagram.
I like the dungeon backgrounds on the 2nd floor. Makes me feel at home.
Dungeon backgrounds? I didn't put dungeon backgrounds in there.
Oh, okay. Then it should be. Then it's probably like the hole when you're in prison and you get put in the hole.
That is urban boutique, not dungeon.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm dying.
Right, Shelly? Shelly knows what's up.
Oh, that's so funny. But also, the staircase that just ends at some point, I've gone up it about 8 times and fallen off, and then just realized, oh, it stops.
Yeah.
So well played.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I tried to make a sign. If you want to go upstairs, don't use staircases. Use the ramp.
So funny.
Yeah, I know. I realized that after, because these were actually photo shoots, a couple of them that I had for different projects in the past. Yeah, so those are just to get your avatar up so that you can look down on different things. The rainbows I thought people could do like RGB colors. It's been interesting just to see how people have interpreted it and done their own. There's Abbey Road, so if you want to be a beetle and get 3 other friends and try to walk across it. Nobody's done that yet, but I want to see somebody try that. Yeah. There's been some interesting ones that have come in. Some that I'm like, wow, this is not PG-13. This is yeah, I like it. Creativity.
I like the guitar booth
Not
so far.
PG-13. So in other words, have people been abusing the new air thrust emote?
Yep. Totally air thrust. 100% air thrust. With the Pac-Man, little Pac-Man's looking at his air thrust.
Oh wow. Oh, so I got I bought that one before it minted out, because I knew, right? And like I'm on like the bleeding edge of emote abuse. But with this one, I've had some restraint. The only time I've popped it off in a public setting was at DHC last night. I got pocket aces and went all in, and when everybody folded, I revealed my cards and popped off their thrust.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Is Sauce still here? No, good. Okay. That. Oh my
Did
God.
I wait a second. I'm like queen of pervy emotes. Did I miss a thrusting emote?
Yes. but it's a non-looped thrusting. It is
Oh
very
my
pelvic,
gosh.
but it is non-loopable. So you have to take a break between.
Or just spam the number.
Yeah, but how many other emotes that can be paired with that on a separate avatar are just endlessly looped? I mean, most of the good ones.
I would get in so much trouble if I bought a air thrust emote. You know how I hate stronghold, and I straight up like call it donkhold, and so anytime I would like fuck and take a donk's chips, I'd probably walk over to him and start humping him. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have an idea for one that I'm gonna make. Oh, guys, I'm gonna take your money. So start saving.
Please do.
So many good ones. Wow, I'm noticing sinful shoes in world. They are the Gaian shoes, which I don't know if everybody's heard of that, but they're the shoes that create power, right? And then store it in a battery as you walk, and then you can take the battery out and charge your devices. Those I didn't get the freebie shoes. Those are so much cooler in world than they look like in the little picture.
You can go on the Gaian build, and they have like you can click on the asset with the shoes GLBs and the GLB of the shoes, and I believe it'll be airdropped to you. If not, I think I have an extra set, so I could probably send those over.
Yeah, I figured I'd grab them somewhere, either on secondary or make my way to the airdrop thingy. But yeah, those are cool. And let's see, virtual. I see you. I think virtual got stuck. Maybe virtual got stuck on the stairs too. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Like, I should have made ramps to the second floor of the photo booths and then stairs to actually serve the purpose of stairs. So, yeah, use the blue ramps to go up, not stairs.
Okay, back to the thrusting. What's the name of this emote? Because I can't find it.
Probably in the second market you'll find it, right? Zesty, you did mention it was sold out.
Wait, which one? Air thrust?
It's a mythic,
Yes.
Shelly.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
see,
that's.
I don't think anybody's going to be selling air thrust. I would.
I'm so sad. I'm so
But
sad.
there was one yesterday on the marketplace.
Don't worry, Canessa will make one for the masses because she is for the people.
Yeah, Shelly, I'll make one for us.
That's what I'm talking about. Dino knows. Every time Dino's in world and we're like, because he's in California, I'm in Montana, like I'm all up grinding on him just because why not? This is what it's all about.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, when you said Dino knows, I was like, what? Were you like humping him in LA or something? Like just in public, air thrusting on him?
Oh my God. Shelly, there is an air thrust for 50 mana, which is the cheapest mythic on secondary.
Shh. Don't tell anybody. But where is it? Why can't I find it?
I was joking about that. I was joking.
Oh, that's so mean.
No, it's really there. I'm just pretending like I'm joking so you can go buy it.
But why can't I find it? What is wrong with me? Listings. Emotes.
Listings, mythic.
And oh my gosh, maybe I'm just using the wrong name. Oh, I found it.
So I see that Dino has come up to share his experiences of being humped by
You know what, I
Shelly.
will tell you, as horrible as it sounds, it's even less innocent than that, because it's not just in world, it's in real life too. I'm making eggs and she's just right back there, like a dog in heat. It's just constant.
I love that. Like, this is one of our smallest Twitter spaces because everybody's over at Fashion Week, and it's going interesting direction. Dino, tell us more.
Oh, she's just silly, and when she's not dog humping me. She's just air thrusting around the apartment all the time. It's just it's a constant problem with her. I don't know. I think we need some sort of a therapy session to understand where this is coming from and why I'm the victim of it all the time.
Is that a therapy session for you to understand?
Probably at this point, yeah.
Okay.
No, I love Shelly. She's great. She keeps me. She
I
keeps me
was
warm.
just imagining. She keeps you warm. I was just imagining you cooking eggs, Shelly casually walking by and just giving one thrust, and then keep walking.
Yeah. So yeah. Sometimes that happens too. The thrust that'll move me about a foot. Yeah, that'll happen. But usually it's a very gentle, uh, very rapid, constant, little mini thrusts. She's a very small person.
So
But mighty.
could we make that for the poker table where you're standing at your spot? Oh my God, I just see it in my head. You're standing in your spot and you just walk over to your neighbor. You do a rapid fire Shelly thrust, and then you walk back to your chips. Oh my gosh, we need to make this happen.
More of you need to be hanging around when it's just the two of us. Like we were at the Meeples parkour thing earlier today, and I finished. I was just standing out there innocently by myself. I was away from keyboard, and I think we were on the phone together at the same time as well. And she said, "Look at your screen." And I looked, and she's just twerking on me, like on my legs. So yeah, it's again, it's a constant, and I love.
I want that. I want that. Find someone who will hump you vigorously.
I found her. my
Oh,
my life is full.
But can we?
Anna, who just came in, like I noticed she just came in, and anybody else that is just joining us during the talk, and so then Mariana, her reaction was like a shock, like, what the hell did I walk into today? This is community building Decentraland.
Yeah, you know what? Mariana spent a lot of time with us at NFTLA. I'm surprised that she didn't accidentally experience one of Shelley's humping episodes.
I have new life goals. I have a new goal on my bucket list. Oh my gosh! But I can't say it out loud. I'm too shy. I can't put the words into a sentence. But Shelly, you're on my bucket list.
Oh, yes. And look out, everybody, because air thrusting mythic emote has just been purchased.
Yeah,
So
I
no
was
one
just
is
thinking
safe.
if you wanted to make something for the masses that is a lesser version of air thrusting, you could do one that's just a single thrust and just name it one pump.
Oh my gosh, Zesty, yeah, I could make that and then
That
make
was
it like
inspired by the last 5 minutes, by the way.
and then make it a edition of 100,000 and make it free. So, oh my god, oh, what would that do to Decentraland?
Yes. None of the little squares would be safe.
Well, new users would be able to claim their very own Canessa hump emote, and they will be allowed to hump anything they like.
Oh my gosh, I think by being the DJ that brought like smoking out of your bong and pounding beers, and I think I've already brought Decentraland to its knees, but this would bring it to a whole new level.
You brought Decentraland to its knees with your cute and coy.
Oh, that was such an accident. I had no idea what I was doing. And if you believe me, you just don't believe me. Mariana, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah. Well, I walked into an interesting conversation for sure. Shelly, where was my treatment? So kidding. We said next to each other so many times at NFTLA. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Staying alive. my wallet hurts right now. Kanessa and I keep sending each other like these like full suggestions. Like, Kanessa, we gotta get this. No, we cannot. No,
I know. I know what happened yesterday, Mariana. I'm like,
I know
what?
we were bad influences, bad but good influences to each other.
I know. I'm looking at my wallet today and just being like, what did I do? There were a couple purchases that it's just maybe not the smartest purchase that I've ever made, but
yeah, the best is when Polygon is down and you want to assure that you bought the wearable, so you buy it like 5 times. Yeah, that happened.
yeah, I bought a Mythic twice because of that. So thank you. Now I am like slow. I'm like, nope, just calm down. You're gonna get it. Just believe in the process. Let the process work itself out. Oh my gosh, Shelly is here. Oh, Shelly. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, this Twitter space.
I'm trying to equip myself.
I have also equipped myself.
Also, I don't know if you guys are in the world, but I guess the Adidas fashion show is just about to begin, so I just loaded in. Maybe I'm the last, but might be old news for you guys.
Ooh, Adidas.
I know.
I mean, it's a good reminder. It's a good reminder.
I know. Pretty cool build.
Okay, I'm like stuck. What am I forgetting to do? I can't move my avatar. Either my computer's broke or I've forgotten how to Decentraland. But so Shelly, there you go. Yep, I can't move. So when you're, oh God, this is just gonna be so bad. Anyway, how about that blockchain, guys? Any thoughts on the blockchain?
It's so good.
You know, the blockchain's all right, but have you ever been humped by Shelly?
No.
Oh my gosh, Shelly, you're looking so good. So for any new users that want to know how bad we're being, we are live on Twitch, and oh my God. Oh, she's looking at me now.
I like that shifting focus.
I would like to say though, is Rustan still here? There he is. He, Sultry Dubs, and I went out in real life, and this was the event where I met Sauce and Zeta and Kirzaz with the musical doc. Okay, musical doc was performing. We're like at this age where we forgot how to be out in real life, and the three of us walk in, and we're like deer in headlights. We go up to the bar, and the bartender's like,
Yeah,
you know,
so how
what?
about that Gabra mode?
Oh, continue on with your story, Shelly.
Oh no, I thought I was rugged. No, so we go up and the bartender's like, "What do you want?" And the three of us looked at each other like, "What do we do? We don't know." And it was just like so silly and awkward. And then it's time to dance. Okay, people dancing in real life. My hips remembered what to do, but like I didn't know what to do with my arms. And I look over and Rustan busts out like a full series of DCL emotes. He is like twerking, jumping around. And I was like, hell yes, this is why we're here. Let's go. But yeah, I still didn't remember what to do with my hands. And I ended up in like a weird, like praying thing with just swaying back and forth. So yeah, I need practice in real life.
So you know that emote, that feeling the rhythm emote that I like to do sometimes?
Yes. Nowhere
That
did that
was
one. Yes.
that was me in Miami. Like we had gone out and there was like we were at like some bar that was like strictly a bar, but for some reason that night they just like a dance floor broke out and everyone was dancing and I don't know what was going on. But yeah, so like I was just like standing there in the corner, like, just doing the 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 rhythm, feeling the rhythm while everyone was like, "Are you okay, Sinful?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just awkward.
Oh, I love it. And it was so funny because Sultry was doing like, you could tell she wanted to let it go and just like freely move her arms, but I feel like she was feeding on my like awkward energy. So everything she was doing was like in a smaller space. Like, okay, if I just stay little movements, little movements. But yeah, we need like a just like be free emote party in real life.
That tells me that you guys just weren't listening to the right music. Because the right music, you won't be able to stop dancing.
Well, and that's a good point because when Musical
all.
Doc came on, she was singing with this badass DJ Arcane, and it was like, okay, now you can't not move because it was just too much. It was awesome.
I feel rugged. I did not see Rustan dance when I met him in the fall. He was getting accosted by my hotel. They didn't trust him. He was too sus. They did not want to let him on property, and it's all because he was very suspicious. He had a motorcycle helmet, and I'm like, what? Like, no, 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 please. Motorcycle helmets are not evil. This guy's okay. So
Note to self: ride motorcycle without helmet.
yes, no,
Or
I'm glad he was wearing a helmet. I'm glad he was safe.
if not, you'll get what's the word? You'll get harassed.
Chastised, harassed. Oh my God, Shelly, what? Oh, that part of that emote. Wow. Anyway, okay. What were we talking about? Motorcycles. If anybody would like to join us up here on this beautiful Wednesday, please feel free to come up. It's a smaller group, so that's kind of nice because maybe that's why we feel like we can talk about whatever. Also, like when Decentraland leaves and when Sauce leaves, I feel like those are the teachers in the room, and so then we have to kind of behave a little bit. And when they leave, then when the cat's away, the mice will play. Good morning, Scott. How are you?
Good afternoon, Canessa. I'm doing well.
It's still morning by me, so
Yeah,
sorry.
no, that just I'm being a pain in the ass. I just wanted to add my voice to the chorus of people that have met Shelley in real life, and I'm actually beginning to question Dino's assertion that Shelley will hump just about anything because I didn't get that treatment either. So either I'm missing out or Dino is misrepresenting. So just wanted to add that to the conversation. I even supplied Shelley with a bottle of vodka and no humping ensued. So there's that.
I mean, I am capable of behaving myself. I just don't prefer it.
At least when Dino's around.
Well, think about like we've kind of all known each other like around a year. Some of us a little more than a year, some of us a little bit less. But like we're getting to know each other better. You guys have already had like a in-world meetup. So what's going to happen? I mean, I think our level of comfort is like we're more comfortable with each other. So oh my gosh, yeah, like when we're all together again, maybe just Shelly's inhibitions will go down even further.
Oh,
because she's so inhibited
oh
right
God,
now.
no, please.
Shelly, should I make like a female air thrust? My question to the panel is that would that look different?
Yes, because it would
Absolutely.
be, yes, let's do it.
Okay, Shelly, I need you. This is for like scientific,
Science.
science, empirical evidence, quantitative data. Will you please research what the female air thrust or like thrust? I don't want to take their air thrust, but like what would that look like? Please, just for research, for science purposes, help me out
For,
there.
for science. I'm on it.
Scissor grind.
For the culture.
either bump and grind or scissor grind. Where did everybody go? I thought I saw you all, and now you're disappeared.
On Decentraland?
Yes.
Second floor of Canessa's build.
Yeah, I'm there. I saw everybody,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden, I see nobody.
Yeah. There have been a few bugs due to Fashion Week. Sometimes, like, I'm noticing that, like, you'll be like hanging out with everyone, and then all of a sudden everyone just disappears, and then they come back. I don't know if the comeback part is coming soon for you though.
Yeah. Yeah, when I do my tours in the morning, I do them in Hera, Hera, and there's hardly anybody in there, so I don't really experience many of these glitches. There's 646 in DG right now, 123 in Balder. So anyway, that totally makes sense. Thanks.
Okay, Scott, I've seen you like as soon as I wake up in the morning, I try not to check my social media right away because I try to start my day not like influenced by whatever I'm seeing
Mariana.
there. But when I look, you're doing these Twitter spaces super early in the morning. Please tell us more. What are you up to? Why are you up so early?
I'm just razzing you, Mariana. I thought it was very sweet that Mariana came into my Twitter space this morning before she even got her coffee. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Mariana.
I literally woke up 2 minutes and I'm like, oops, Scott is in a Twitter space. Gotta check. That was the first thing on my mind.
So yeah, I'm just giving tours to the East Asian region of the globe. So I'm up. It's basically 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. UTC, which ends up being 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Japan Standard Time, JST. So yesterday, I met up with Kay from the Fabricant, and Idolina showed up, and then there was, they're now becoming regulars to me, but they're Tuna and Kenji and Mumu Hug. They all have such beautiful names. Super Nina showed up. Yeah, so occasionally, like once a month, I'll schedule a tour for our Japanese friends, because we're almost exactly opposite of them. Um, they're like 14 hours ahead, so our daytime is their nighttime, and vice versa. And I knew that Metaverse Fashion Week coming up, there would be somewhat of a language barrier, and Kay from Fabricant will often join us, and she will interpret. So if there's people that have questions in Japanese, they'll ask her, she'll interpret for me, and then I'll provide answers. Yeah, and just take them around and show them like special activations, like the Organic Origins by Polygonal Mind, and whatever, Forbes and a bunch of other corporate clients or whatever. They may not know about that activation, or they may not know to check it. So just trying to provide them with access to some of that not as easily trafficked information, because of language barriers or because of scheduling differences. So that's what I'm doing. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, my time. I get myself ready, and then I hop on. And I did 5 hours and 10 minutes yesterday, and I did like 5 hours 40 minutes today on Twitch. And they're used to talking to each other in Twitter Spaces, so instead of opening up a Discord server or whatever, many of them just talk to each other on the Twitter Space. So that's why I also have a Twitter Space happening at the same time.
That is so cool. I love that you're doing that. I feel like the kind of the presence that the Japanese community has had this time around just feels really good. Like maybe I just missed it last time. Maybe it's been like that before, but just between seeing what the collaboration between what is it, Meta Tokyo with SRJH and CK Bubbles and Edolina and
Super Nina,
Yankee.
yeah, and
like the
Yankee,
the names. Yeah, that's really cool because I think we are just kind of like in our own little zone, in our own little part of the world, and to get the international audience is so huge. I think that's like just going to be really powerful as we move forward.
Well, something occurred to me in like an early CBD space, and that was, there's always going to be a captive audience for Decentraland because it's getting to be nice out, and I don't know about you, but as soon as the snow leaves the ground, I'm like outside all the time. I mean, I'm outside most of the time anyway. I live in Minnesota and I just get used to the cold, but pretty soon, Southern Hemisphere, South America, Africa, it's going to be winter for them, and they're going to spend more time indoors, and it just makes sense, I think, to start shifting content that is directed towards them, because they will be spending more time indoors just because of the inclement weather outside.
That is a good point, Scott.
Yeah, it's like a mental shift, right? I mean, start thinking about things differently. I really appreciate it. I see Rustan's, out in the audience. I just want to give him props, and Meta Truckers for having the space about Hyperfi yesterday. And there was a point in the conversation where the light bulb went off, and Rustan could talk about this in more detail, but the ability to, and you may want to know about this, Kanessa, like to build in Hyperfi and then export your build to Decentraland, because it's so easy to build in Hyperfi. So instead of thinking about it as one product or the other product, just thinking of it as, a means to an end or to a solution, and not having these fiefdoms of this platform is better than that platform. It's like Tommy Hilfiger has a place in spatial. Polygonal Minds at the Organic Origins has, they've got crypto avatars, and there's a portal to their spatial space. And then the Polygonal Minds little pavilion, they've got a link to their Hyperfi space. And I went to both of them, and it's like, it's just, yeah, they're just spaces. And since you've got a portal, you can click between all of them. It helps to think more flexibly, with more flexibility, I guess I should say. So, kind of thinking about this being a global space, and, having an evening party and starting it at, 12 p.m. your time, and that works out to be, 8 p.m. Denmark time, or whatever. We could keep Casa Rustan occupied 24 hours a day with parties, globally. You just need somebody to staff it. So anyway, I'm babbling. I'll stop.
No, I like that. I think, some of the parties that I've been to here worked really well because we had people who were, across the country. And so the people on the East Coast might get there earlier. And then I'm West Coast, so I would roll in later. And so we could kind of tag each other out because of the time zone, but it would be really cool to see, to have that approach like on the worldwide level. Cause I know that, there's like the Innkeeper is one place that I will make it through a lot of times midday, and it's like nighttime in Europe, and so it's really cool to, I don't know, just to be like partying with people because it's a different vibe. I'm like ready to have lunch, and they're like kind of got that nighttime chill vibe going on. So it's really cool. That is awesome that you're doing that, and then also it is funny to, like you mentioned, different platforms. Like some people are more comfortable in a Twitter space. Some people are more comfortable in a Discord call, being broadcast. So having it, different ways. Like this one, we've got it on Twitch, we've got it in World, we've got it on Twitter. Yeah, all over the place.
So I see that Rustan has come up to speak. Dude, it's been like a month, like with all the technical issues and stuff. Welcome back to the stage, Rustan.
Yeah, luckily it seemed to start working yesterday. I wanted to just make sure you guys saw the Adidas runway thing. It was pretty cool, actually. Probably the best runway I've seen in Decentraland. I think it's still like looping right now. If you didn't see it.
What are the coordinates?
It's like the main runway stage. I'm not there anymore, so I don't know the numbers offhand.
While we're on the
Okay.
topic of that, has any like do you feel like it's been easy to find these events? Just kind of putting that out there to anybody.
Not for me. I'm like, every time I get in the Fashion Week map, I'm just like confused. I'm so confused, and it's not really like difficult or anything. I keep getting lost when I'm running around looking for something specific. I have to run around the whole thing like a million times. But I realized you can now this year you can click on the map, which I needed last year. So, but keep forgetting that I can click on it.
Yeah, the click map is wonderful. There's those three little icons on the top next to your map, and if you click on that one with the Metaverse Fashion Week logo, you can go to the Lux area and the Neo stage, like the Neo Plaza, and then you can click on each one. That's how I've been getting around. I've seriously been porting anywhere because running around, it's kind of laggy. So I really like that part. I think what makes it more difficult to find places is that they really don't populate until you're right in front of them. So you're kind of flying blind. You just really don't know where you're going when you're walking around.
I'm at the Adidas at the main stage, and it is still going. So, yeah, it's pretty sick with the runways going up overhead and stuff. It's minus 100, minus 17 for anybody that wants to know.
Yeah, and it'll probably loop again once it ends. Very, very well done.
I'm almost there.
I know, like, I'm coming.
And I guess while we load, just gonna remind everyone, make sure to like and retweet the room, comment. If you would like to come up and speak, talk about any topic you'd like, just press the request button. You're more than welcome to.
I'm working on some video
Earlier
editing,
today,
guys,
Scott caught me
sorry.
doing this. Every once in a while, I just type in the chat asking if there's any journalists walking around, and I offer to take them out around Metaverse Fashion Week. So,
Have you found any?
I haven't found any, no, but I'm hoping to stumble into somebody at some point.
Can we find that nice guy that made the nice YouTube video and like walk him around, hold his hand, and hug him, and Shelly can air thrust next to him, and we can just show him a good
Speaking
time.
of which, Vanessa, please do make the thrust on loop because I wanted that other one, but not as play ones.
Oh, definitely. But I do not want to compete with somebody that already made an emote. So I would have to, I'd have to make it different enough. But yeah, I don't want to.
Canessa, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
They're clearly not
happen.
paying any attention if they made it play once anyways. They're not going to notice you making one.
Somebody else.
If you don't do it, Canessa, I will.
Hey, Scott, why don't you do it? Because
Pressure is on.
You are, or we could do a collab.
Let's do a collab then.
Let's do a threesome with Shelly.
There you go.
There you go.
Totally all over that. Shelly, did we make you blush?
With her consent, of course.
Is this going to be like a CBD sponsored thing? Because totally down. I don't know. My vote's yes, at least. That when the vote comes, my vote is yes for that.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Shelly. Oh, as for do we have anybody that just kind of stumbled in? Serena, I feel like you kind of came in after we had the conversation. It's been an interesting morning.
Any journalists? Yeah, we're not doing anything wrong. We're just having fun.
Journalists or YouTubers.
Or /YouTubers.
Yeah. and on that note, I'm going to step down after this to make room for other people, but I do have something kind of clippable for the next YouTuber who wants to come around. So, like in my area, uh, there was yet another mass shooting, and it's kind of made the news, and I cannot fucking get away from it, except for two places: Pornhub and Decentraland. That's it. Everywhere else, I'm just flooded with it. But those two are my safe havens for whatever reason. Well, with you guys, it makes sense, but the Pornhub thing's mostly a joke. With that, I'm gonna step down. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Zesty. You can stay up. There's more. We have more room. There is more room to come through here.
What's the max? Because
I think
like
12.
Yeah, I'm gonna make room anyways. Let's add capacity.
That's awesome. Thank you, Zesty. And if anybody would like to come up and speak on this wonderful, beautiful Wednesday morning / afternoon / night, please feel free to come up and join us.
It's so nice having Mr. Swee here. Reason I say that is because I don't know. I usually always catch him. Like, you know, whenever he can jump in, like I'm like, yay, he's here.
Hey, Sinful, it just started again on loop. So if you're close to the Adidas, it like just started.
I'm on the top floor
Okay.
overlooking. But oh crap, I lost my whole train of thought.
I know, I had a train of thought too, I feel like, and I lost it.
Hee hee.
I'm over here just contemplating if peanut butter would be amenable to a quick thrust, but I'm holding back.
You can ask him.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Make sure to record and send to him. He'll
Yes.
appreciate it very much.
And we moved Mr. Swee's after party today. It's an official MVFW after party at True with Mr. Swee. We'll be doing a ton of giveaways to show app holders. But Mr. Swee, if you're there, I would love for you to tell everybody what you have planned, because holy moly, he sent me a screenshot of his OBS setup. Wow, it looks intense and awesome.
He upgraded.
And that show today, with Mr. Swee, there's back-to-back after parties. Stony is playing at the Broomway stage, -75.2 within Metaverse Fashion Week. So Stony and Swee back-to-back. 10 p.m. UTC Stony, 11 p.m. UTC Swee.
Hello, hello.
Man.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Mr. Swee?
I'm waking up. I'm drinking my second coffee. Today I woke up very late. I have to be honest, because yesterday night I was doing too many things, and 4 a.m. going to bed. So yeah, I'm slowly waking up. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good night. Good evening. Yeah, I was working on visuals for the Metaverse Fashion Party today. So I took basically old 84 fashion week from I don't remember right now the designer, but it's so cool because it's from the 84. So all the basically the wear the clothes in this fashion week are so close to the metaverse, uh, are very extravagant, and it's very cool. So I apply some filters, and of course as always I review the visuals there. But yeah, it's funny because it's a fashion week revisited in metaverse, and it's so funny. So today, I don't know, Shelly, we want to announce what party we are going to drop today, so people can get ready with the wearable, the outfit.
Oh yeah, sweet. Tell him.
All right. So for who was there, uh, the first one, this Wednesday. No, it was actually on Saturday. This one, it was the Weaver party, which was the 7080 party. So tonight we are going to drop a really revival 7080 party, funk, soul, disco. So get ready. If you have the 7080 suite by Shelly Van, you can put it on. A wig, of course. I'm going to put my on also. And yeah, we are going to disco, disco, disco.
So that Saturday night Sweever party was one of Swee's. Gosh, I'll have to look back at the calendar and find out when that was. But Saturday night Sweever was so much fun. It was all 70s disco. I think we did it when I launched my 70s groovy suit wearable,
Yeah,
which will be.
this one was in the dollhouse. I remember with Tampoco, the launchment
Oh,
of
that's
your
right. That's right.
wearable. Yeah, I watched the video the other day. It was a crazy, amazing party. Love it.
That's right. Now I remember. Swee did Saturday Night Sweever, which inspired me to make the 70s groovy suit so that when his next 70s party, we'd all have something to wear. But fun fact, I'm updating that wearable because it was, early in the days. I looked at the file. I'm like, oh no, it's broken here and whatever. So the male and female will have very different patterns that are super 70s and awesome. And I don't think I will have submitted it in time for today's party, but if you buy the wearable as is, it will be updated within the next week or two. So it's a fun one.
Yeah, and we are going to give away today also. Oh, sorry. This wearable and also my hoodie, the All About Stars hoodie by DeFi Drip, is going to be also in the giveaway list. As well, Stony Eye wearables. So there is going to be I can say a festival of giveaways and wearables today in the True Men Room. So don't miss the show. We are going to have fun. I'm setting up everything right now, the console, everything, and rise up the energy. So I think I'm going to drink a couple of more coffee to make sure everything flow in some hours. Actually, yeah, we have 5 hours and a half probably, right?
Yeah, I think so. 10 p.m. UTC is, oh my God, now I forgot everything. Dino, help. 10 p.m. UTC is Vroomway, Stony at Vroomway, and then 11 p.m. UTC is Sweet at True.
Yeah, so 3 and 4 Pacific time.
Yes, perfect.
We need to just have like I was gonna say UTC times converted to your local time zone and then pin that. But darn it, I'm not on the same time zone as everybody else. So it needs I know it's out there. The internet is a big place and I always Google UTC, but like I still can never get it right. Yesterday, KJ Walker's party, I was there at 11 o'clock in the morning at my time. And I'm like, I got this. And I was the only one. So then I came back a couple hours later, but it is so hard to figure out those times.
Two things here. So worldtimebuddy.com is like my best friend. I have it bookmarked. And two, I want to suggest to Decentraland that they implement the events page as a calendar. Like give us the month, let us click on the day, and then we'll be able to see everything in a daily format. Like, oh, this slot is full. Because for scheduling, we consult the events calendar when we plan our events, and that's how we try to avoid overlap. And we work with all the other venues like, hey, we'll move our event. Like for Vroomway, we were in DMs like, hey, let's make sure we don't overlap, because having Sweet and Stony at the same time just doesn't make sense. So we moved ours 1 hour later so that we can coordinate. But like, how much easier would this be if it was visually in our face, oh, that slot is over here. And of course, it's never going to always work, but that's fine. When it can, let's make it happen. Having a visual calendar would be like, yes, please. Let us expand the day, but see it as a month. Yeah. So sorry, off of soapbox.
No, I think that would be great. I think also, like, I would love to see scheduling also, like for situations like this awesome festival, but like trying to find some tools to make sure that we don't overbook ourselves or like double book ourselves. I guess the devil's advocate would say, well, that more people can have events at the same time, but maybe just something like where you grab a certain time slot so that things aren't overlapping quite as much. I mean, everybody's got so much on their plate, and so it might just be easier if Decentraland had something like that would help people, when they're trying to make these events, so that you're not overlapping with other people. Or maybe you find like the best, I don't know, maybe even optimizes for around the world, where you're like, hey, I want to have a party for my friends in Denmark, and then you can go for that time zone. But I don't know. Hopefully Decentraland will hear us. They're not in the room, but might be a good idea.
I'm sure they're open to that feedback, to tell you the truth. I remember in Miami whenever in the working groups, whenever I got to whatever group Mario was in, I literally first thing I said was, we need to improve the events page. It's like, just everywhere. I feel like, yeah, that calendar idea could be something that would help organize, and if not, like, it might even help newer venue owners or someone that's newer to like making an event, like kind of like see what's going on. And also enough of this 24-hour event bullshit that I keep seeing flooded in the in the events. Like, I feel like that just, like, I don't know.
Totally, and I've brought that up to them before. If you notice, there's the same. It might be off because it's Fashion Week, but it's the same event, and it's been there for 3 months. And I've told Decentraland and showed them which one, and it's still there. So
There's
Yeah, I
Brustan
agree
and
with that. It's
Zesty have
really,
their hands up. I'm just saying.
it's like really annoying to have to scroll down half a page before you can get down to the events that are actually going on right now. So I agree. But I'm gonna step down and let someone else speak because I have to get back to work. I love you guys and thank you so much for allowing me to speak today and have a wonderful day.
Have a good evening.
thank you for being here.
And I believe it was Zesty that had his hand up first. Take it away, Zesty.
I stepped back up because of the time discussion. Most operating systems will let you add multiple clocks. So if you don't want to play the game with UTC of memorizing your offset, like I know, like part of the year my offset is -5, and then the other part of the year it's -6. If you don't want to play that game, and you don't want to just do the crazy thing of setting your only like time zone on your computer to like UTC, you can actually add multiple clocks. That might help with some of the pain.
Might help ease the pain. You're right. You're right.
I mean, for me personally, the like stuff being expressed in UTC isn't that much of a problem. But that's because I spent quite a while listening to shortwave radio, and they only do UTC. Doesn't matter where the station is based out of. The standard was UTC.
Hmm. I'm starting to wonder, is like UTC like the beginning of time or something?
No, it's basically just the British ran shit back then. So their time got to
Uh,
become the proper one.
I see. Oh, well. Let's see. Let's pass it over to Rustan.
Hey, if you guys haven't checked out the Angzar yet, I'm messing around in there right now. It's pretty cool. They set up the user tents with their wearables, and it's pretty fun to explore. I just added all mine in there, and it's pretty cool. And they have like an Easter egg. I won't tell you what it does, but if you find the Easter egg, basically you have to talk to Lastrom's NPC, and he gives you a clue to find the Easter egg, and then you can do something pretty cool. And I don't know if it's still there today, but there was a neat yesterday also that you could collect. But the coordinates are 0, -81.
Oh, it's deployed into in world now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's permanently here now, but it's definitely live for Metaverse Fashion Week.
Ooh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
So that's interesting that it's yes. So that's deployed. I believe was it Nikki Fuego's fashion show. They actually took that to DCL Worlds because of the kind of the functioning of Decentraland at the moment. I know for some of us it's been kind of laggy. So it's interesting like that we have options now of where we're going to take things, if we're going to just deploy in Worlds or if we're going to bring them in. Would love it if everything could just run in Decentraland at the same time without breaking stuff.
Oh yeah, I think Nikki's show starts soon too, right? Like in 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, 15 minutes. I posted it to my retweet because I'm doing this on desktop. But yeah, it's in about 15 minutes, and it's House Fuego, HAUS Fuego.dcl.eth. So you could just do change realm and then House Fuego.dcl.eth, and that'll get you here.
Also, to find the tents and the Engzar, just like exit that main center area and run around the sandy areas, and then you're just gonna find these stacks of tents, and it's pretty cool.
Well, even easier, you can click on the heads up display. There's a little second life. Oh god, it's got an SL. Last slice coin up in the upper right hand corner. You click on that, it calls up the heads up display. You click on the arrow, and that will instantly transport you around. And
oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's how I get around there now.
Take it away, Mr. Sweet.
Oh yeah, because I forget to remind all of you that tomorrow also I'm going to have the pleasure to play in the Mr. Ninja building. This is amazing building. I really freak it out with this building. I also because now I see it HQ, so HD, and it's amazing building. I mean it's huge and it's very beautiful. So invite me to play there, and we are going to do the party tomorrow. Always, of course, for the Metaverse Fashion Week. Tomorrow is going to be, if I don't mistake, the time is going to be 8 p.m. UTC. So yeah, just to because I forgot to tell this the other day here in the space and today. So before to go down and bring my dog out because she's crying. She wants to go out. So yeah, just a little reminder, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. If you have any tweet about it, just feel free to post it at the top or in the comments. And let's see, a few new faces. I see Kenji, Future. What up, Jason Summers? And welcome, guys. Yeah, if anyone would like to come up and speak, ask any questions, talk about any specific topics, like, just feel free. Or if anyone up here would like to bring anything up, just feel free to do so. If not, maybe we can start to wind down.
Maybe what else is on the venue for the day? Like I guess I'm struggling to find or like yesterday a little bit to find which event was happening at which time. And so I'm just thinking like some of these shows, it looks like they're constant shows. I don't know. Is anybody struggling as much as I am to find these?
So one thing that I did, Canessa, well, Billy's got his calendar. I don't know if that's been updated, but I added like everything. I added all 90 events to my calendar, like to my Google Calendar. So it's just, and I changed it to look just at the day, because the day is, in about an hour or so, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be 6 different events in just an hour or two. So you can certainly do that if you want, or just only add the things that you think you want to go to. But the add to calendar is pretty handy. It does take a little bit of time, and yeah, it would be nice if they just made a Google Calendar or made like an XML version, so you could port it to anything, iCal or whatever. But anyway, there's something called the New Look Fashion AI. There's a panel discussion. The shows don't start until let's see, 2 hours from now. So spotty Wi-Fi meet and greet is in 2 hours. There's another panel talk, and then 3 hours from now, there's Diesel and Hape are having a party. Gavin Magnus is having an after party. Innovation in Fashion is a panel discussion, and then True Bandroom in like 3-4 hours.
So just a loaded day. Let's go. And thank you, Scott. I probably should take a look at Billy's calendar as well, or actually maybe I might have a calendar. But so this awkward silence was brought to you by Vox Boards, and what do you guys think? Time to wind down. What do you think, Vanessa?
Yeah, I think we need to give Shelly some time to ruminate over her task at hand and really throw herself into it. And beyond that, I think we're ready to enjoy the day.
Just one thrust to like every friend on Decentraland.
Oh, I'm on it. Peanut butter got it good. I recorded. And I'm running around Angzar now. This is awesome. And I love that the NPCs are DCL community members.
I still have to get myself cloned over there. I don't know. I don't know if it was working or if I just like didn't follow instructions when I was there. But I don't know. There was I couldn't find anywhere where to clone myself.
I saw you, Sin. I thought I did, and I swear I saw Shelly too.
Oh,
You might have accidentally cloned yourself.
might have. I'm gonna have to check out that build then. Oh wow, Canessa, your hair grew very long.
Yes, I've been using mane and tail on it.
Can't beat that Doki hair. All right. So before we close out, Shelly, any final thoughts, comments, concerns?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I just fell through a hole over here, so that's why I was a little stuck. No, I'll just see you at Broomway and then at True for the after parties. Otherwise, you'll find me just running around like a spaz and thrusting, of course.
Thank you so much for being here today, and I'm so happy that you made it home finally after like what 3 days.
4, yes.
Ah, so bad, so bad. Well, I'm happy you're back. Let's see, Dino, final thoughts?
Sorry. No, just everybody get out, have a good time, enjoy Fashion Week with your friends, and like Shelly said, we'll see you at Vroomway for your after party and at True for the next after party. So, Swee and Stony, it's gonna be a great day.
It is. Not every day you get like Sweet and Stony back to back, so this should be an exciting. Uh, what would we call these? Are these like after parties we're talking? Yeah.
Is there an after party, like a after party for the after party? Like a
It look like a rave party at this point, because after the party you go to the after party, and after the after party, well, it's remaining the rave party, but it's going to be a 70-80 party, rave party today. So happy, just because we are closing. I want to really really appreciate everyone always to be in the parties. I want to, also my dogs are very happy for this. And yeah, I'm so happy that I can join Decentraland now and enjoy the community. It's something very important that I missed for a lot of time. I know probably someone got offended on the way, but anyway, the life is life, and I didn't get the computer before. So I'm so happy to join Decentraland with all of you and turn, roll around and do activities. We went yesterday. I went with Billy Coin, Canessa in the tour, and I was lost because I didn't know what I had to do, and where I have to click. I feeling like a rookie there. It's also funny. It's also good for me to really get in the central, and I'm so happy and excited for that. So thank you so much, everyone, guys.
Thank you. And Mr. Sway, you brought up a good question that made me think about something just to ask Scott. Scott, do you have an event page for that tour?
I do. Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
The end. Thank you, Canessa.
Hey, sometimes it's that simple.
And so passing it over to Rustan. Final thoughts before we close out?
Oh, I wasn't ready for that. Have fun exploring everything and share what you find in case others missed it, because this fashion week is definitely overwhelming.
Yes, there is so much to do. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, I was just going to say, I know there's a lot going on, but if we could just take a really quick moment right now and recognize how much of a improvement and how much work and progress everybody has made from this time last year. Yeah, it's quite phenomenal, and everybody making, like Canessa, learning one new thing a day, making that incremental change. When you aggregate it, it compounds. It becomes an exponential growth and not linear growth. So yeah, just good job, everybody. There's still it still crashes and still freezes and whatever, but it's getting better. The load times are quicker. The experiences are smoother. Working using the desktop client it's a dream, except when it crashes. But it's there's so much that's better, and I think it's important to just take a moment and basically count your blessings. It's a way to improve everybody's happiness. Not just here in Decentraland, but if you just take a moment and look back and highlight the good things, and even ruminate on one or two good things, and just remember how excited you were when you figured out how to do that one thing. It's it really works. It's something that will propel us beyond any other future obstacles that we might encounter. So I just wanted to tell everybody I'm really proud of you all, and yeah, just take a moment to appreciate it.
Thank you, Scott. So I'm over here at House of Fuego, and someone's asking if we have to go to the housefuego.dcl.eth.
Yeah, that's where it's going to be.
Okay.
Ah, we're showing up to the wrong house. It's like a rave in 1999 where you go to the street and then you wait and then there's this car that blinks its lights and you walk over and you get the address to the next spot and then the same thing happens. They give you the address to finally make it to like the cool spot. Or maybe that hasn't happened to a bunch of people. Okay.
Oh, it has to me. I can say it has.
I see a new speaker come up, Eratikos Iki. I hope that I didn't totally butcher that name, but welcome. I believe you're a new speaker.
I am so happy to be here. And actually, I wanted to say something about the improvement. I started to walk around in Decentraland to watch all the art inside there. And to be honest, I felt so good because I can walk around without any attack, even if I am a woman walking alone. But it was always difficult because I went rugged many times. So yesterday I started walking around and I went rugged and I got so crazy again. But I have to say, it was amazing. You did a good job. Now is smoother. I could enjoy many things inside Decentraland, and it's very good. I think this is real, the beginning of the new era of retail 4.0. Really, many, many congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eratikos. And I believe you have a wearable out. Is that right?
Yes, I have a wearable, the first wearable of our life, actually. It is from our digital fashion studio, Eretikos Iki, but is minted by Eretikos Art, that is our creative lab. And there are now left 5 still, and maybe we will give away with the Dress 6 with Mariana. We will think about something and somebody can get it for free as our first wearable. Maybe it will become a cornerstone because it's really the first of a long series of wearable we have in mind, and many collaboration we will start soon. So if you want, enjoy, and we will tell you with Mariana and Xavier what you have to do to get the airdrop very soon. And thank you again, and really have a good Metaverse Fashion Week to everybody. Is wonderful, is so good seeing everybody so sharp with a very beautiful outfit and enjoying all together the very good DJ and music. Really, I am enjoying so much. Thank you to everybody. Ciao Canessa, ciao a tutti.
Thank you so much for coming up. I think I met you yesterday. We were at the fashion show together and I saw you, and yes, and let's see, you were wearing that beautiful dress.
Yeah. If you go to the Instagram and Twitter, you see in the video I posted, you are next to me sending kisses and love to me.
Nice.
It's very nice. And I wanted to dress up with another wearable that was not Eretikos Iki wearable. I have a different made by myself, but it was an amazing one from the fabricant. I think they are really smart and I love all the stuff they do. So it's great. It's amazing, really.
Yes, that is awesome. And I think it's great, you know, like when creators, I mean, we all want to, like, you know, we want to show off what we've made, but there's so much talent here. And so to support another creator by wearing their dress, that's really awesome. And I think that's, you know, like, that's at least for me, that's what I'm here for. It's about the connections, the community and the people that we meet along the way. And then, you know, the fashion becomes a representation.
In the end, it's the same as in the real life. I am in fashion since a long time ago. I am not a baby, actually. But inside, I am maybe a little bit more baby than all of you. But in real fashion, we always dress up with other designer clothes because we love other people around us are a creator. We love some style that is not our, for example, because we work, for example, for a brand that has a style that is not exactly what we want to wear. So sometimes when we encounter the work of another designer, we are very, very pleased to wear it. So in the metaverse is just the same. I am so honored to be able to wear the creation of somebody else that is so smart and talented. You all, I want to, actually, I have no mana left. I spent everything already. So it's quite something.
I know that feeling. I did too. About 3 times already. I've spent all my mana and I had none left.
And then not only for me, but I get some clothes and then I gave as a present to all my friends around, and they are so funny because they say you are so crazy. But it's a new era. I think not only the young people, but also the people that is not so young in the near future will discover this new way of entertainment, and we are not just watching something as we do in Netflix, but we can interact. This is something amazing. We can make friends, and really it's something great in my opinion.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think I could talk for hours about the social implications. Not all of us are extroverts who feel comfortable, being in huge groups of people. And the metaverse really lets us kind of participate at our own pace. And some people, I know there's some that might say, "Hey, no, you gotta be social the way that humans have been social for thousands of years, face to face." But for some of us that's not realistic. We might live in really remote places, and so Decentraland and the metaverse and just kind of all these different platforms, it lets us interact with other people in the way that that is comfortable for us, hopefully healthy for us. And yes, I could go on for hours about that.
Of course, but we don't have to how can I say, put us aside the real world, because for example we can't drink wine in the metaverse. So I wanted to meet friends around. You can all come to Japan and to Italy, and we will drink wine and sake all together. And maybe while we drink sake all together, we will meet some friend from another part of the world in the metaverse all together. Yesterday night, I was at my house and enjoying the party. I was dancing in the party, but all around me in the house were dancing with the music of the metaverse. So we were 5-person people dancing in my house while watching the Fashion Week. So it's something new. It's something that give us some new experience, but we don't have to change completely our life. I love to go in the wood. I like to go around in the nature. We can go around as we did before, but we have something new, like the television in the beginning. When the television came out, or the internet, nobody, or the smartphone, we were so scared about the smartphone. Maybe, of course, we are maybe controlled, I don't know, but it's so good to have a smartphone nowadays that we can even not able to sleep without a smartphone next to us, for example, because if somebody needs something, I want to be able to answer and so on. If I go around without a smartphone and I don't have a map, I get sick. So I think the metaverse and the artificial intelligence, anything is coming out now, if we use it correctly, will improve our life so much.
We do. I think, yeah, like humanity has gone from this funny point of time, and we were wrapping up and like, oh my gosh, I could talk for hours. You look at the 50s, the space age was oh my gosh, the race to the moon was there, and people loved technology. They embraced it. They thought that technology was going to save them. And really to look at, the way that we are now. We scorn technology, and AI is going to destroy us and take over the world. So like really I challenge us to get back to that original mindset of like technology. I don't know, it can liberate us and set us free. It can also like be our chains that like, oh, I can't function without my smartphone. But really maybe that's humanity's bigger challenge, is that we have to change ourselves before, in our relationship, not just with technology but ourselves, before we can attain that next level of, I don't know, enlightenment or something like that. I think we should have some Twitter spaces just focused around this subject, because it would be really awesome. I do
Yes,
see
I think so too. But it's a point. Anything we have, any new discovery, any new tool, the matter is, do you want to use it in a good way or in a bad way? That is not the point of the tools or the discovery. It's always a human point. So it's up to us to improve and use all the things, the amazing things that are now coming out. And I am so thrilled. I feel younger each day. Instead of becoming older, I'm becoming younger, because these new things gives me so much energy. And I hope the future will be very, very beautiful. I hope. But human must be, how can I say, wise. That's why I put the two snakes on the face of our logo. It means the wise fashion. So I think that a human can also be wise if he wants.
I love that. It reminds me of a saying, and Mr. Sway, you've been so patient with your hand up. I will I will call on you next. It reminds me, Ereticos, of a saying that it's I believe a Native American folk tale of a grandfather talking to his son, and the son is saying, like, grandfather, there's so many bad things in the world. And the grandfather goes on to say, within each of us, there are two wolves that are constantly fighting with each other. And, one is goodness and patience and kindness. The other is, anger and destruction. And the grandson asks, like, well, which one wins? And the grandfather says, whichever wolf you feed. And so that just sticks with me. I used to have that quote in my classroom, and all my students, we would talk about it constantly, of which wolf are you feeding today? And some days you just got to feed that wolf of anger, and sometimes you got to feed the destructive wolf, but sometimes you got to feed the other wolf. And so so your snakes reminded me of that. So I'm so glad you're here. I hope you come back. I hope that you stick around after Fashion Week. We host this space every Wednesday, and so I hope you join us again.
Yes, I will never miss anymore. Thank you to everybody, and ciao. See you there.
Ciao.
Ciao.
And Mr. Sway?
Oh yeah, because I heard, of course, the accent. I have to say that I'm going to say something, and I'm going to translate this after. Ereticos, un piacere conoscerti. Sono italiano, vivo in Messico da un po'. Starò in Italia a settembre-ottobre, quindi se vogliamo vederci o conoscerci e fare, non lo so, uno stream, una festa per il metaverso con i tuoi wearable, è un piacere per me poterti aiutare per connettere un poco di più, no? I'm going to translate very quickly in English this, just of course, for who don't know, I mean, you just heard, I'm Italian, so I can't not hear the accent and the Italian words there. So happy to see more Italians in Metaverse, in Web3. Not easy to find out, actually. The Web3 Italian community. There is a DCL Italia group, of course, joining many Italians from from all around the world, actually, not only from Italy. So I'm very excited. I'm going to be in Italy in September and October. So if Hereticos is in Italy, I just propose there that if we can meet, or probably why not drop a show, live show from Italy, in metaverse. Why not? We can organize what we want, So pretty excited to talking about connection collaborations. It's great. So excited to know you, Hereticos. I already, of course, follow you. I saw you follow me. Amazing. So hope to see also you today in the True Band Room. If you make it, of course, with the time zones, in Italy it's going to be late. But yeah, a pleasure to meet you. Definitely.
Grazie mille, che piacere anche per me. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased about this. Yes, let's do something together. Let's talk again and meet on Spaces after the Fashion Week will end. And I am very pleased to do something. I am in Milan with my office, and I have also an office in Tokyo because I live between the two countries. So we can do anything we want, actually.
Amazing, amazing. I'm from Brindisi, so I'm going to land on Brindisi because, guys, I'm going to get married this year. For who don't know, I announced that in several shows in Decentraland. But this year, I'm going to go Italy to get married there with my mom and grandma. With the family, Italian wedding, 3 days wedding, fair party. Yeah.
Che spettacolo!
Yeah. And actually, it was very funny, because when you talk about wine and sake, another crazy thing, on Friday nights, I have a show here in Puerto Vallarta, where I live here in Mexico, where there is actually a sake and wine bar where I have the residency there, and I go play every Friday night, which is great combination, actually. And I love to see the people, because the guy working there is actually a master in sake, and do a lot of explanation to the peoples and stuff like that, and the combination there, it's so cool. So when you mention wine and sake and these metaverse and real life things, I feel, whoa, it's great. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing idea, and it's real, it's possible, it's working, it's great. So yeah, very happy.
Thank you so much, and nice to meet you. Let's keep in touch for sure, and let's meet later in the space in Decentraland. Ciao, and tanti auguri per il tuo matrimonio.
Grazie.
I love this, the power of the internet, that connecting people everywhere, and driving collaboration forward. That's all we can really ask for. Like, thank you guys for being here. Let's see, Canessa, what do you think? Time to close down or continue this going? And if we continue going, I will have to drop out for half an hour and 15 minutes.
I think this is good. I think, it's always awesome. Well, I was going to say awesome or underful. Wow. It's definitely time to go if I start making up new words. But this has been really cool. I mean, I have a graph of different countries and different languages that people speak. So you two are the first that I've met that are speaking Italian. But if I meet other new users sometimes that are from a country, I try to connect people so that they can find somebody from their own neighborhood and that speaks their native tongue. So it has been a wonderful morning. It has been so cool to see everybody, or to see some of you in world. I believe it's raining at the Nikki Fuego fashion show right now. I'm totally distracted because it's raining in Decentraland. So yeah, it is awesome. And make sure, as you're going through the events this week, self-care is real. Take care of yourself. Take a break from the computer. Eat food, drink water. You're no good to us if you don't take care of yourself. We need you here next week as well. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, everyone. Have fun. Take care. And yeah, we'll Well, you know where we'll be at in Neo Plaza, enjoying all the fashion shows and parties, and as well as community events. Remember tonight, Mr. Sweet's show at True Band Room, and then Stony follows up.
Is the first Stony and after Mrs. Wee, bro.
Oh, Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, okay. And you did pin the tweet at the top. Yes, you. Okay, that was for the Mr. Dingini.
Oh yeah, this is for tomorrow. It's 10 p.m. UTC, Stony Eye, Vunray, and 11 UTC, True Bedroom.
Thank you, Sweet. And yeah, passing it back to you, Kanessa.
Oh, I was gonna say something. Can't even remember. Oh, we're loitering. We'll be loitering in Neo Plaza and loitering on Angzar and just pretty much loitering anywhere we can in Decentraland. So I see some new users in the crowd. Please feel free if you have questions about Decentraland or want to jump in for Fashion Week. Our DMs are always open, so come find us there. We'll give you a tour, throw some new wearables your way. And for everybody else, just be safe, take care of yourself, and we will see you next week.
Hey, Jay. It's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna raid over to probably JTV for now, just for a little bit, 'cause I have a meeting in like 10 minutes, and then after that I will probably like, grab something to eat and be back on live. Okay. Thank thank you for tuning in. But yeah, come back a little later if you're around.